Oh, sorry about that. So that 350Z that was in my previous clip, he came so I could delete the tune, but it's not tuned by me, it's tuned by somebody else. And for some reason his tuner does not answer him. So it's somebody here local, and I'm not sure why they don't answer him, but he just wanted me to delete the tune. So he scheduled with me, and I deleted the tune. And I'm not sure why this specific guy does this, but he always ignores them. So I get a lot of messages. It's always like, hey, the car is doing this, is doing that, the tuner doesn't answer me. So it's always the same type of things. But yeah, that's why he was here for, so I could delete the tune. And then tomorrow I have another one. Tomorrow's a Q50. It's from the same tuner. He's gonna come so I could delete the tune, because I think he said the car sputters or something. So he just wants to delete the tune, and it's on stock injectors, and stock intakes. So I should be able to just remove the tune, and then he could drive away. And hopefully his motor is still good, and there's no problems. But I guess we'll find out tomorrow when I delete the tune, see if his car runs better. If not, then that means that the damage is already done. Hey, look, Starbucks. The Trader. Man, whose short self was sitting in here? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to my channel. No, I'm just kidding. But I have, unfortunately, it's 03. Anyways, I have a 03 350Z. This is what it has. On top of that, which I did not put on my notes, it has a rebuild. It has stronger rods, but the car is NA. I don't really know why he went with the aftermarket rods, but I guess you might as well, right? Maybe for the future. So yeah, possibly, maybe he has different plans. He hasn't said anything, so he had George rebuild the motor with obviously the new bearings and the rods. It's the same pistons, stock cams, the short ram intake. I don't know why he has a rebuild on the rods with high flow cats. It should have gone test pipes, but this is how he wants it tuned. And I just started, so I'm still working on everything. And it's on 91, so stock injectors. So there's obviously no baseline. You have to start from the beginnings, since it has the rods and the bearings. I have to tune it accordingly. So right now an incomplete pass is at 248 wheel horsepower and 243 torque. So my first adjustments that I made up off the top of my head, I was able to take it to about 5,200. I'm gonna make some adjustments and see what this makes. You know, whatever it does, it would have done better with a better intake. Obviously, it would do more with test pipes and 85. You know, it's his car. He doesn't have to go 85. Some people don't want to go 85, and that's fine. But at least like the test pipes and a better intake. Unless like he lives near like the desert or something, then the short ram would benefit him better. But if he doesn't, then a cold air would have been better. Had to be 03. Oh, did I say that out loud? Oh, this guy just stressed out George. I told him it has high flow cats, and he's like, why did he do this build with high flow cats? And alright, for you guys interested, 253 wheel horsepower, 247 torque on 91, which is about, this number on our dyno is about average on a good condition motor for 91 with test pipes. So he does have high flow cats. If he did test pipes and got a colder intake, it would probably make maybe close to 260 on our dyno. So yeah, again, it has a short ram intake, stock injectors on 91, stock cams, it has a plenum spacer, it has high flow cats, it does have headers. I think I did not mention that the first time, but it should be the video clip that shows the description in the tune file in the exhaust. So for me, I would have preferred if it had test pipes, because I like to see good numbers, you know, when people do things like they build a motor or something. So this is like, it's the rebuild with aftermarket rods, but it's the same pistons. So you just know, like, his rods aren't gonna get bent or anything, because he's not gonna push anywhere near the limit torque of those rods. So, and then the bearings are good. And then I noticed he has 200,000 miles, so all the parts are old. The coil packs had already given out, and I think he replaced them, but they were not the OEM ones. So once they put the George gave him OEM ones, and it ran better. So this was before the rebuild. And then what else? It's on the stock injectors still. So I feel like they need to be cleaned or replaced. You know, maybe, you know, I don't know your budget or, you know, his budget, but maybe he could get like supposedly some way lower mileage ones and have them cleaned. I'm gonna see if I remember to tell him to clean these, because he's not here. So, you know, once it's they're done putting the motor back together, I try to tune it as soon as possible. So yeah, I'm sure he'll be watching this video, but that's what it made right there. Just wish it had maybe a little bit better parts, but that's just how he wants to do it right now. And then obviously he could just, you know, change the parts and get a retune, maybe go on 85. I have a 05 350Z manual transmission. This is not a rev up, it's a regular DE. He towed it in, he did all the work, the intake, the injectors, E85. It has a 3.5 inch intake, plenum spacer, so he does all his work. It also has headers. It's actually doing really well. 273 wheel horsepower on our dyno. That reads low. That's really good, to be honest. I don't know if it's the original motor. I'm gonna go ask him. 140,000 miles. That's a really good number on our dyno right here. So we'll see what it does once it's done. But this guy is ready to race. Let me zoom out. You know, I mean, he even has he's on bags too. So that's really good. That's the final number right there. And then also he told me he got the injectors from yeah, hello. He got the injectors from eBay, so they work pretty good, to be honest. Whichever ones these are off of eBay. I think he said he got them for a good price. Of course, he has the fuel pump. Like I said, he did everything himself, and to be honest, he did a really great job. Like, zero problem, absolutely zero problems. So I'm very happy with him. So he doesn't know yet, so I'm just gonna give him launch control for free. So everything was so smoothly. He installed everything. Usually somebody installs something, there's a high chance that something goes wrong. So yeah, congrats to him on that. And his numbers is really good here on our low reading dyno. So yeah, I'm gonna go tell him that his tune is done, teach him how to switch maps, and I'm gonna tell him about the free launch control.